In a world, the principles of Ingsoc are: war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. One man as high as Big Brother has ever stood up to the party, which was Goldstein. He formed the Brotherhood. The party will not deny nor confirm its existence. One lone rebel, Winston, has committed thought crime, sex crime, and even stood up to the party itself. This is Oceania, and it is the year 1984. The four ministries: Ministry of Love, Ministry of Truth, Ministry of Peace, and the Ministry of Plenty, are exact opposites of their meaning. The Ministry of Love concerns itself with torture. The Ministry of Truth concerns itself with lies. The Ministry of Peace concerns itself with war. And the Ministry of Plenty concerns itself with starving the people and keep them suffering. The government controls practically every aspect of life, even to the point of every little movement being watched by the government with two-way television screens called telescreens with cameras. Thought is being diminished one individual by one individual. Anyone who speaks against the government will be taken, and they will never be found, nor will they be remembered by their oblivious comrades, and everyone is part of the mass mob, and not an individual at all. Imagine that you are Winston. It's you against society, a social way, a social class, an entire nation, committing treason against the government he hates. Imagine that your only human emotions of love are illegal and should be suppressed. Imagine that you and your love, Julia, are almost alone in a society that being together is forbidden. Think of the consequences. Think about a country that spans from the Americas, England, Australia, and South Africa. Imagine the Earth is cut up into three superstates named Oceania, Eurasia, and East Asia that constantly battle in supposedly endless wars, where history is rewritten to change wars and the times. Think of this being a possible reality, your reality, and everyone's reality. Think of not thinking at all, being cold, heartless, and most of all being made inhuman. Think of living in fear, feeling only hatred and bitterness, never feeling happiness, laughing only at another's suffering, or being told to have amusement when it is necessary. Think of living in this society founded off the ideals of hatred and bitterness, controlled by the government, who puts you into this life. The government, who makes you suffer so you are easier to control and basically will belittle you to nothing. If you are not an individual, then who are you? What could you possibly be? Human or savage? Would you ever feel one bit of happiness without mixed up emotions and confusion? What would you be made into? The oppressed or the oppressor? Only think of this world again. What would you see and feel? Could it become the future, or is it right now? Perhaps this is already reality. Maybe you are being watched at this very moment. Every move you make, seen by the government, recorded down in almost endless records. Think of this as a possible reality. Think of the Big Brother phenomena. Think about censorship, and think what freedom is to you, near and dear to your heart. What would freedom mean to you? Freedom of speech, thought, or to pursue your own happiness. George Orwell had this vision of this dystopian society, and you can experience it too by reading or watching the movie of George Orwell's 1984. Buy it or borrow it from your local bookstore, library, video rental, or video provider. Remember, things are not what they always seem. And always remember this: Big Brother is watching you.